Welcome, everybody, to Why Are You an Entrepreneur? The Trials and Triumphs. I'm Maureen Edwards with 8 Simple Steps, and welcome 2024. And all things entrepreneurship are right here in front of you. As I've said before, this is the story of people coming together who are rock star entrepreneurs, having rock star conversations, not just about their journey, but a lot about what they've learned along the way. And they so authentically share it with you, the good, the bad, the not so great about entrepreneurship. But at the end of the day, there are a lot of words of wisdom here. Tonight is no exception. I absolutely adore my next guest, and I am thrilled that 2024 is being kicked off by the wonderful Murrill, and she is the CEO and founder of Rescue Me Virtually. So that should give you a little bit of an idea what she does. But Mary, welcome.
Thank you. Yes, I'm so glad to be here, Maureen. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, it is so awesome to have you. I've known you for a little while now, and I'm so impressed with your work and what you do. And we're going to get to everything. But the first question I always ask of all of my rock stars are, why are you even doing entrepreneurship? I mean, it's not easy. So why are you an entrepreneur, Mary?
I know. Well, what started me on my path or journey for entrepreneurship was my dad. My dad was an entrepreneur. He was a drywall sander, so he worked in the construction business. And I used to see him struggle a lot. So by watching him and him coming home and have to do payroll and do a lot of administrative work, I decided I wanted to help him. So as I'm helping him, I could see that it was a relief for him. So what I started doing was when I did the paperwork, I'm like, it's other business owners out here just like him that's struggling. So what I started off being a VA. So my original name of my business was called Rescue Me VA. So I started off as a VA. Right. So I started helping, other small businesses. And as time went on, I wound up getting into another business with a business partner, which was a limousine service. That transitioned into me doing administrative work for that person as well. And as I was doing that, other limousine companies, they, looked and they started needing help. So I started helping them. But also, as we're building our business, we needed a web designer. Well, the web designer helped for a while, but then he started disappearing. While I had to learn how to, build the website myself, I had to learn how to make all of the changes and everything like that. So that started my journey on being a web designer. So now I know how to be a web designer as well as, administrative work. So that was another way for me to help the new entrepreneurs that were coming out. Now I could help them with web design, I could help them with graphics, I could help with administrative, and any type of tools and resources they need to help build their business. And that's how I started, with the Rescue Me Virtually. I wound up going to school because I had another life transition happen. So I went to school and I got a degree in business administration. And by me doing that, once I finished that, I officially launched my business, Rescue Me Virtually.
I love it. Now, did you expect to be an entrepreneur when you were younger then, going, all right, I'm going to own my own business? Or did you want to say, I'm going to be a corporate?
I did not. I just like helping people. So, when I helped my dad and helped somebody else, it was not my intention to be an entrepreneur.
No. So what do you like most about being an entrepreneur, Mary?
I like being able to help somebody. I like being able to somebody could have a vision and they don't really know how to go about getting their vision manifested. And I like to just get in there and I like to really push so that they can come to pass, so their vision can come to pass. And then I like to see the joy that it brings once it gets done, because sometimes people don't realize that they can, and they need that support and that push to get them along the way. And that's what I enjoy.
What is it about entrepreneurship you don't like?
The uncertainty.
Yeah.
When you take this entrepreneur journey, you never really know where your next client is going to come from, if they're coming at all. So that's the part I don't like. You can have a slew of clients, it's a lot of clients at one time, and then it'll dry up after a while.
Yeah.
And a prime example is, we just came through a pandemic. So all of the time we had a pandemic, people had to pivot. I thought about people that own restaurants or own bars, and
Yeah.
they had to come up with clever ways to, now we can't sell alcohol, but they were able to create the sanitizers, the hand sanitizers. So you have to know how to pivot when things aren't going the way you want. So I think that's why it's so important to have more than maybe that one stream of income. Just have
Absolutely.
multiple streams of income, and that way you won't have to worry too much about, okay, where is my next client coming from? But I do understand when you just have a heart and a passion to do just that one thing.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, has
Mhm.
there been a little bit of speaking from experience here? Have you had to pivot in your business? And if so, what's the story behind that?
Um, I'm trying to think what I did. The only way that I had to pivot, because I've been doing web design for a while, so I haven't really done anything. So if anything, it may have, even though web design is the main thing that I do. The other thing is more so consulting.
Okay.
So it's a consulting business, and just in business per se, not necessarily doing anything like graphics or anything. Just consulting is what I've been doing for me.
Now, tell people what who your ideal client is. Like,
Sure.
who's Mary's avatar here? Who you love to work
Right.
with?
Right. So most of women are middle aged. Most of them they could be working, but they're not really satisfied with where they're working. So they want to leave a transition from their job into getting to their own business. So that's one. The other one could have been home. They could have been raising their children. Now their children are grown. Now their children are gone. Um, they could have been married. They could have been going through a divorce, and now they just want to do something new. So that's the woman that I want to help. That's the one that I help, that I like to help. And they're not tech savvy, so they're
Right.
new. Everything is new to them. They have no clue. And I like to sit down with that woman. I like to sit down with them. I'm very patient, so I like to take my time, find out what they want, and kind of guide them along the way. That's what I like to
That's
have.
great. That's great. Now,
Mhm.
I've seen some of your work, and your websites are so beautiful. And I build websites too. And took a look at yours, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I think I want to be Mary when I
Oh
grow
no.
up with my websites here, because they really are very lovely. And so I'm just curious, how long have you been building them, Mary? Because I
I've been
mean, the
building,
tech changes a lot, but I'm just
yes,
curious.
a whole lot. I've been
Yeah.
doing this for almost 15 years. And it has changed
Wow.
a lot. Yes, because when I first started, well, I'll tell you that the web designer kind of ghost us. I had to learn some coding in order to
Yeah.
get the website built. Compared to now, it's just drag and drop. So
Right.
back then, it was a little bit harder to get your website done. So what I was doing back
Absolutely.
then, they some of the stuff I was doing back then, they don't have now, even though they do have web developers, because it's a difference between a designer and a developer. A developer really knows their coding, knows behind the scenes, and knows how to do all those things. Most designers, they're front end. They make the pretty, sites all pretty and nice.
It's funny that you talk about that because, I'm not a web developer and I do not do code. That's the first thing I will say to somebody. Don't give me code and don't ask me to do something super technical, complicated of a website. I
Hmm.
don't know if everybody needs that anyway. I truly
Right.
believe in the simplicity aspect of it. But I'm in awe of people who
Hmm.
can do like the really advanced things. And
Hmm.
I would say to people out there, if you need an advanced website, you could
Hmm.
call Mary. Don't call
Oh,
me. I love doing them, but like you said, I can do. I like the pretty stuff. I can do the back
yes.
end stuff, but
Yes.
yours really rock big time. So I want to talk a little bit about, we have a lot of business owners who tune in, and owning a business is a struggle,
Yes.
sometimes more than it is, this vibrance, like every day you wake up and you're like singing. It's
Hmm.
not like that. But
No.
I'm wondering, when things are not going well, How do you handle it? And what advice could you give to others when the journey just doesn't seem to be going well?
Right. For me, I always look up to people who have been in business way longer than I have.
Mm.
So those are the ones I have to reach out to, and talk to, just to feel like, how do I get through this place? How do I manage to make it through when things don't look too well, or you really get discouraged? Because you're right, it's not always. So those are the ones that I have. I have that, um, and I have my faith. That's that number one piece is my faith. I have to trust and believe this is the vision that God gave me, and He's going to see me through this place. And then He'll put people that are in my pathway that can help lead and guide me to get through this place. But I would say, just don't give up. Do not give up on your vision. I know people that have gone through. Sometimes I think about Edison. That was one with the light bulb when he made it. And no matter what, he held on to that. He did not stop. He held on to that until he created exactly what it is that he wanted. So
I think there was, yeah, that's a good one, because I think he says, he practiced 6,700 times, before he got it right.
Before
And
he
I
got
don't
it
know,
right.
yeah, before he got it right. And entrepreneurship takes a long time to,
Yes.
I don't think we ever get it right. Let's just talk about that. No matter how many times you do a business, and I've created 6 of them, it is still a journey in its own right, and it's still not easy. And I think you made a good point when you said finding your next client. Like,
Yes.
where is the next client coming from? And I'm wondering, is there something that you've done out there, marketing wise or networking? What do you do to find your ideal clients? Is there?
Yes, but most of mine is through word of mouth and networking. I do have a company. That's a good thing too. Networking is awesome.
Yeah.
I have one company that I partner with. It's called LaBoo Publishing. The 2 of us got together. She has clients that come through when they get their publishing done. Once they get the publishing, they get their book done. She sends them to me. I'll build their website. I'll do their graphics for them. So they have a coming soon graphic, now available graphic, and then they have a landing page. So
Nice.
that really is a good thing, a good partnership that the 2 of us have. And out of that, I built another partnership. So I'm doing the same thing with another client as well, when they have clients come through, when they get their books. So that's it. And most definitely networking.
Absolutely.
Is just another one.
You said something really, like, I don't know, everybody out there, if you just picked up, there was a theme here. You have a very specific audience that you have networked with and targeted. And so you have kind of made inroads with the publishing community, books and authors and that sort of thing. And so that's like a nice little niche that you've carved out.
Right.
For yourself, which is great, because once you get your name in there, like, you're the go-to person in that community, Mary.
Yeah.
I've had a few people who say networking, and I'm a big believer in networking. And during the pandemic, everything shut down. Nobody could come together face to face. And even now, there's still a lot of hybrid stuff going, which is fine. But people don't like to network. I think they're missing out on opportunities.
Yes. Yeah, because I'm an introvert. I had saw one of your interviews, and the lady was saying how she was an introvert, and I said, wow, this is my twin right here, because that's me. I'm an introvert, but when I got out and started networking, and I think ABWA is one of the first places I really began to actually meet people and networking, because that's how me and you met.
Yes.
That was an awesome opportunity for me. I have gotten a few clients networking with ABWA. So now I look forward to going to networking events. I had met someone through our luncheon. I met someone through there. Yeah. So it's wonderful. So I would say, anybody that's afraid of networking, come out of your comfort zone, go out and network. It will stretch. You will go far and wide when you network. because somebody else will introduce you to somebody else. They'll introduce you to somebody else. And it could be somebody else in a whole nother network you never even thought of.
Yeah. No, it's excellent advice. And I want people to jump out of that comfort zone.
Yeah.
I mean, think about it. You're an entrepreneur, you're a business. You've got to get out there, and nobody can talk about how you can change somebody's life better than you, and they need to hear it. So that is definitely a check mark I'm putting on there. That's networking. And so that's going to lead me to my next question for you, though. So networking is a great opportunity as far as the marketing strategy for your business. That's where a lot of leads and contacts and referrals come in. Is there something on the digital side that you're doing in marketing that's working very well for you for brand recognition or lead gen? Is there a favorite platform you have out there? Share some of your digital strategies.
I know. Wow. Email marketing, I say, would be one, because email marketing, that's your warm market. It doesn't take that much effort to do email marketing. That would be to me, that would be the number one place for me and for my clients, would be the email marketing. And also, if you, on your website, if you can, I think it's really good, is if you use Facebook, and draw and send traffic to your blog, because I have blogs on my website, and a lot of people, especially my clients, they like information. So if you have a blog on there, or also if you have a free download on there when traffic comes there, that's another way for you to capture your warm market. That's another way for you to capture email addresses. So do that as well. I'm going to most definitely take advantage of LinkedIn because I have not done that, but I want to take advantage of LinkedIn because I believe a lot of my clients are on LinkedIn.
Oh, absolutely. I think LinkedIn is one of the platforms most underused. And yet it's a sleeper. It's like the sleeper cell type of digital media. You are a perfect candidate for somebody who would do really well with LinkedIn, because you're professional services, and who's on LinkedIn all day? Professionals in need of, website development, website building. So yes, LinkedIn hands down is my favorite. And I'm on all of them, but I will tell you, I really, really like LinkedIn.
Yeah, LinkedIn. Because I think we get stuck on Facebook. And I like when I took one of your classes, when you just broke down, what each platform, what type of persons are on each platform. So all of that makes a difference. But I think we all get stuck on Facebook. We don't venture out to other platforms just to see.
Oh, you're right. In fact, anybody who starts a business, it's like, woohoo, I got to be on Facebook. And I'm like, maybe you shouldn't be on Facebook. Not everybody should be on Facebook. But I think you're right, Mary. I think we get stuck. And as entrepreneurs, I think we automatically think that's the first place to go.
Yes. Yeah.
It's not. Yes. So in your opinion, working with, business people, those new authors, women in particular who want to start companies, what do you think is the hardest thing for them starting out as entrepreneurs? What's been the biggest obstacle you've seen?
They do not know who their target is.
Woo, did I pay you to say that?
No, you did not.
You know how I feel about this.
That is the number one thing that they do not know. As soon as they come in there, they want the website. I'm like, okay, so let's sit down. Let me see who you're targeting, because I need that verbiage. So if you're targeting a specific person, that's the verbiage I'm gonna need to help build a site. So let's go back to who's your target. They don't know, or they'll go, well, anybody, and it's not anybody. So we have to go all the way back to the beginning so I can help educate them. A lot of them don't even come with saying that they have a business plan, or they might have one but didn't work on the marketing part of the business. So that's one challenge. So we have to do.
Did you hear what she said? Loud and clear. I'm screaming out there and saying the first thing you have to do before you ever come to Mary or do any marketing is know your target audience. I think this is why I have a job, Mary, because that's all I do all day is tell them and work with them on that. Vincent, I have to say, welcome. Can those models work in developing countries countries like Africa. What models are you referring to, Vincent? Are you talking about the fact that Mary has recommended networking? I think networking, I don't know about you, Mary, is universal.
Yes.
Being out in front of people is absolutely universal. If you want to grow your business, I mean, we're talking about some digital strategies. I truly believe LinkedIn, any business can be on LinkedIn, because there are people who are trying to hire people, but they're also consumers themselves, right?
That's right.
So if you want to just clarify, Vincent, of which ones you're thinking about for Africa, throw them out there and we'll take a look. So yes, absolutely, target audience, check, got that, totally agree. And I guess my question for you then is, why do you think it is so hard when they come to you that they don't know who they should target? What do they get just too excited about being an entrepreneur, or the concept and the idea? Or what do you think it is?
I think really it's an idea. A lot of them will go to their family and friends. What they don't realize is they're not your target market. Your family and friends, they're going to support you no matter what. They're family and friends. But you really have to find out which, is your product going to provide a service that somebody wants, not what somebody likes. Like, for instance, I was going to use an example later on about somebody that does fitness, a fitness trainer. Now, I might need a fitness trainer, but it doesn't mean I want one. So you can see people, they might need your product or your service, but it doesn't mean they're going to want it. So it doesn't mean they're going to pay for it or anything like that. So you really have to do market research to find out if it's somebody out there that really wants your product or your service. So
great advice.
Yeah.
Great advice. Absolutely love it. So, okay, so Vincent's saying, I'm talking about digital strategies. I have realized that in my country, in Zimbabwe, it's actually just growing. Well, that's interesting. So I guess some areas around the world, Vincent, are maybe a little bit behind in some of the marketing strategies that here in the United States that we are doing. But if you are a business owner, Vincent, I would say right now, learn as much as you can about those digital strategies before everybody else does, and be the champion of that growth, because if you take that on and you really start mastering it, you're going to be well ahead of the game. But I would say don't overwhelm yourself with all of them, because if you do all of it, you're really not going to be good at any of it. So maybe pick one or two platforms out there.
Right.
So Mary, tell me what makes you special at what you do. I want to know, if I hired you, how are you going to change my life as a business person? If I'm getting my website from you, what makes you different? I could hire any website designer, couldn't
Right. I noticed that I don't just dealing with some web designers. Some people they don't listen. Like for me, I listen to you. I know it's best according to what I do. I'm an expert at what I do. I understand that you want something done and you want it done a certain way. So even though you do, it might not be the right way. Like for instance, you might want a website and you want to have your purples, pink, green, and orange, which could not be right, especially for the audience that you're trying to attract. So you have to understand, you kind of have to educate them. You have to understand that certain colors draw certain things. So I might can't use the colors that you want, but I'm gonna still get you what you want, you're going to be satisfied with that. But yet I'm going to be patient with you. I'm not gonna get upset. I'm not gonna get angry. I'm not gonna, get frustrated or fuss at you because you don't understand how this works. But I take my time with people and know that I'm a very patient person, and my desire is for your vision to come to pass, and we're going to get that done. We're going to get it done.
I love it. Yes. Are there any inspirational quotes out there that you kind of live by?
Oh, wow. Some quotes. For me, it would probably be more of a scripture. It would be, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So therefore, I won't get discouraged. I won't let anything tear me down. I'm not saying that I don't have bad days, but I'll hang on to that. Then that presses me through and gets me through to what I need to get to the next place.
I love it. I love it. I think it's great.
Mm-hmm.
So before, we start to wind the conversation down, I think that the one question I have for you, 2024 has just started.
Mm-hmm.
And as you as an entrepreneur, as a business person, you're looking at the whole year. What is the number one goal you have for yourself in your Rescue Me Virtually company?
Let me see, a goal I have for myself. I think for me is to be more focused, to be more intentional in what I do. Because sometimes I'll do things where I might jump at things and think, okay, this is the right thing to do. But I think I'm going to do more planning because before I did. So I'm going to do more planning, be more intentional, and be more focused for me for this year.
You just heard her goals, her resolutions, right? Was that 2024's business resolutions? So
Mm-hmm. Yes.
awesome. Awesome. Well, Mary, could you please tell everybody about how they can get a hold of you if they would like to talk all things websites with you?
Sure. I can be reached at www.rescuemevirtually.com. My email is help@rescuemevirtually.com. My Facebook and Instagram are all rescuemevirtually.com.
Awesome. And you're on LinkedIn. Just want to let everybody know.
Yes, I'm on LinkedIn. Rescue Me Virtually.
She's everywhere.
Yes,
So
I am. Yes, I am.
I have to say thank you to you because this format, as many of you may already be aware, and those that don't, we were doing every single week. It is now a once a month format, and so you have kicked off January 2024 for me beautifully, and I am so happy that you joined me. And this wasn't as hard as you thought, right? It was pretty easy
Okay.
tonight.
Yeah, it was. But I'm just so honored that you had me and had me kick off and happy anniversary.
Oh, thank you. It is our 2-year anniversary. Yes.
Yes.
2 years that this show with people like yourself have come on and shared their journey, but also been very honest, great best practices, great words of wisdom. And for all of you business owners out there that are tuning in for the very first time, this is what this show is about, because this journey can be lonely and you are not alone. This is your go-to resource once a month, second Thursday of every single month. Tune in to Why Are You an Entrepreneur with people like Mary who are ready to be out there to help you. So definitely connect with her as an entrepreneur to entrepreneur, and definitely contact her if you need an incredibly beautiful website. I can attest to that. I've seen her work and it's gorgeous. So.
Thank you.
All right, Mary. So we're going to be signing off, and I want to say thank you again. And for everybody who tuned in tonight, thank you so much for being here. We will be back with another rock star next month, the second Thursday of the month. Can't tell you who it is yet, but I will say we have a few more slots open for 2024. Only 12 of them available. We're down to 9. So if you'd like to be a guest, reach out to me at goldfish@eightsimplesteps.net, or you can go to my website, 8simplesteps.net. And remember, if you're doing a lot of marketing and you're still not getting to where you want to be, I always say you don't have a marketing problem, you have a messaging problem. And that goes right back to identifying who your audience is. Let's have a conversation. Converting customers can be really, really simple if you just put the right process in place. Good night, everybody. Mary, thank you again. And we will see everybody next month. Happy New Year.